You're sitting on the couch, finally relaxing, and your cat hops up, leans in, and starts licking your arm like you're a giant salted snack. Before you can even react, they get incredibly focused, almost intense about it. Most people shrug this off as a cat quirk, but a lot rides on that tiny sandpaper tongue. If you enjoy decoding your cat's most mysterious habits, you'll probably like hanging out with us, so feel free to tap that like button and stick around. Now let's figure out what your cat is actually saying. Number 1. Social bonding. You're part of my group. Imagine this. You're petting your cat during a quiet evening, and right before they curl up beside you, they give your hand a few slow, deliberate licks. That tiny moment feels oddly personal, almost like a secret handshake. And, in a way, it is. Cats groom each other in social groups to show trust and connection. Researchers call it allo-grooming, but it's really just their way of saying you're family. When your cat licks you, they're mixing their scent with yours, blending identities the same way they would with another cat they adore. Some cats do it a lot. Others save it for rare, calm moments when they feel deeply connected. You might notice your cat lick your hand, then bump their head into you, or settle against your leg. That sequence, groom, mark, relax, is a classic bonding ritual. And if your cat hardly licks at all, they can still be incredibly bonded. Some simply prefer headbutts, slow blinks, or resting nearby. Does your cat groom you after meals, during cuddles, or only when everything in the house feels peaceful? Those patterns reveal so much about the relationship they think you share. And while bonding explains a lot, there's another layer hiding underneath. An emotional message that goes even deeper. Number 2. Affection plus attachment. I feel safe with you. Why does your cat choose that exact moment when the room is quiet and their eyes look soft to lean in and give you a gentle lick? What emotion is tied to that tiny gesture? Licking often traces back to kittenhood. Kittens groom their mother and siblings during the safest, calmest moments of their day. Behaviorists say those early routines release endorphins, comfort chemicals that help a young cat relax. Adult cats carry that pattern into their closest relationships. And for many, that includes you. You might notice your cat lick you right before settling on your lap, or as a bridge between wandering around and finally deciding, yep, this is where I want to be. That's affection layered with trust. It's their version of taking a deep breath and saying, without words, that they feel protected near you. There's another side though. Some cats lick when they're affectionate, but others switch to licking when they're edging toward overstimulation. The difference usually shows up in body language, tense shoulders, swishy tail, ears shifting back. And think about this. Have you ever seen your cat lick you only when they're sleepy or mellow? That timing holds clues. Still, not all licking is emotional. Sometimes it's a request waiting to happen. What do they want from you? Number 3. Attention plus requests. I want something. Picture this. You're working on your laptop, totally absorbed, and suddenly your cat leans in and gives your arm a quick lick, then stares at you like you missed an obvious cue. That tiny gesture isn't random, it's communication with a purpose. Cats are brilliant observers. They notice which behaviors get your attention fastest, and licking can become a gentle nudge that says, hey, look at me. Some use it right before meowing, trotting toward the food bowl, or tapping you with a paw. Others do it when they want playtime, or when they're asking for help with a spot they can't scratch. Patterns reveal the intention. Maybe they lick you more right before dinner. Maybe it happens when you've been on your phone too long. Maybe it's their go-to move when they're feeling a burst of energy and want you involved. Once you start connecting the timing to the outcome, your cat's requests suddenly feel a lot clearer. Think about the last time your cat licked you out of nowhere. What happened in the next minute or two? And sometimes the message isn't emotional or practical at all. Sometimes you just smell interesting. Number 4. Taste plus texture interest. You smell interesting. Did you know cats have a scent sense so sharp that researchers estimate they can detect certain compounds at concentrations far lower than humans ever could? That sensitivity means your skin can become surprisingly fascinating to them. A lot of licking moments start with simple curiosity. Maybe you put on a new lotion. Maybe you just came back from the gym and your skin has that light, salty taste. Maybe you handled food, or plants, or even another animal. To your cat, all of that creates a story on your skin, and they're trying to read it with the tool they trust most, their tongue. You've probably felt the difference between curious licking and grooming licking. Curious licking is quick, targeted, and often followed by sniffing. Grooming licking is slower and rhythmic. Some cats sample their humans the moment they return from outside, almost like checking the day's ingredients. Sunscreen, hand cream, kitchen residue, sweat after a summer walk. Those are common triggers. And it's pretty endearing once you realize your cat thinks you're basically a walking tasting menu. But not every lick is light-hearted exploration. Sometimes licking becomes intense, repetitive, or anxious. And that shift tells a much deeper story. Number 5. Stress, overstimulation, and compulsive licking. You might already be wondering if your cat's licking ever feels a little too intense. Many people notice this and quietly ask themselves whether it means something is off. That feeling is valid because sometimes licking shifts from sweet to stressed without much warning. Cats often redirect grooming when they're overwhelmed. Behaviorists describe this as displacement grooming. Basically, a cat trying to soothe themselves when their environment feels unpredictable. You might see licking escalate into small nibbles, twitchy skin, or sudden restlessness. Those are signs your cat's nerves are buzzing. Changes at home can ramp this up. A move, a new pet, a different work schedule, even long absences. Some cats start grooming their humans more when they're unsure about these shifts, almost as if they're clinging to something familiar. And when licking becomes repetitive or hard to interrupt, that pattern can slide toward a compulsive loop that deserves a quick chat with a vet or behaviorist. Has your cat started licking more after a recent change in your routine? Understanding the emotional weight behind these moments sets you up for something equally important: how to respond in a way that protects your bond while respecting your comfort. Number 6. How to respond: balancing boundaries and connection. Some licking feels sweet and grounding, while other times you're gently peeling your arm away thinking, okay, that's enough. That contrast says a lot about the moment, and it guides how you can respond without confusing your cat or hurting the bond you've built together. When you understand why your cat is licking, it becomes easier to answer in a way that feels kind and clear. Affection-based licking can be acknowledged with calm petting or a relaxed cuddle. If the licking leans into stress or turns persistent, you can offer a soft redirect, like guiding them toward a grooming brush, a toy, or even a cozy spot beside you. Cats often take the hint gracefully when the cue comes with warmth instead of frustration. If you need to set a boundary, small adjustments help. Shift your hand, change your position, or introduce a distraction before the behavior ramps up. Over time, your cat learns which interactions feel welcome and which ones don't. And building predictable, peaceful routines can ease anxiety-driven licking before it even starts. You're shaping the conversation between you and your cat, one gentle response at a time. And that sets the stage for a bigger understanding of everything their licking has been trying to tell you. Your cat's licking might seem small, but it carries layers of meaning that say something personal about the relationship you share. Sometimes it's affection, sometimes it's bonding, sometimes it's curiosity or a simple request. And every so often, it's their way of managing stress and trying to steady themselves, using the person they trust most. The key is context. Moment, mood, timing, and body language all shape the message. When you start paying attention to those patterns, the behavior stops feeling random and starts feeling like a conversation you've been having all along. Every lick becomes a little signal meant specifically for you. Tell me your story. When does your cat lick you, and what do you think they're trying to say?